Okay, guys. So yesterday we have gone through the navigation, like how to open SAP server and how to open different transaction codes. So what is a transaction code?
We
Transaction code, by using transaction codes, we can open or we can execute specific applications, right? That might be a business application or a development related applications.
yes,
So for every application, we use a transaction code. It's like a shortcut. Okay.
yes, sir.
Just like gmail.com, it is a shortcut to open the Gmail application. Similarly, here in SAP we use a transaction code to open that specific application. So we are going through mostly, like as a ABAP consultants, we are going through mostly development transaction codes and few functional transaction codes too. Whenever we need to test our programs, whenever we need to create some test data, right?
Yes, sir.
So we'll start with some basic programs. So yesterday, you know how to log in into SAP server and what is the language code, why we need to provide that language code, right? Today we'll create a sample programs, right? And we'll execute the programs, how the programs will work and how to create the programs. Okay. So this is my SAP server. This is the SAP GUI. Double click on the GUI and I have two servers here. Both are S4 HANA servers. Okay. So we can use any of the server. I'm using this 2021 server, 2021 version server. When you double click, it will open. There is a client number here. So I'm not going to explain it now. So after a few classes, I'll explain it. What is client number and why it is here? What is the use of it? Okay. Provide the username and enter the password. Password is case sensitive. Click on enter. So it will open the initial screen. It will open the initial screen. SAP initial screen. If you want to create a new server to this GUI, if you want to create a new server to the GUI, what we need to do? Open the GUI. Here you have a create button, create connection. Click on next. Enter the description, system name, some SAP ERP1, and every system will have a ID, system ID. For example, like this, and some instance number. And application server means that IP address. IP address are that will be also like this. So these are the details we need to enter. So this application server, in place of application server, sometimes we need to use IP address. Here we are not using IP address. This is the server address. So sometimes we need to use IP address also. Okay. System ID, instance number and IP address. These three are mandatory to add a new server to SAP GUI to access the new SAP server. Okay. So these are all already configured to the SAP GUI. That's why we are able to access. If you want to add the new server, what you need to do? Open the SAP GUI and click on create, create connection and enter the details. Description, system ID, instance number and application server and click on finish. So it will add the new system. But is that enough? Adding new system is enough to access that?
No.
No, you need access. See, I'm able to open the server. I'm able to open the server. Can I log in without having user ID and password? I'm able to open the SAP server.
No.
Am I able to access SAP applications? No, right? You
No,
should
sir.
have a user ID and password to access the server. Okay. So if you have a user ID and password, you can access the server. So right, Once you added the server, and you need to request for user ID and password to access that server. Who will provide this? Who will provide these connection details, new server connection details, and user ID and password for that server? We have a separate team in SAP called SAP Basis Consultants. SAP Basis, BASIS, Basis Consultants. They are the system administrators who's going to provide these new server details like system name, system ID, and everything. And they are the responsible person. They are the responsible consultants who's going to create access for the system like user ID and passwords, right? Who will take care of that? Providing the access?
SAP basis
SAP
consultants.
basis consultants. They'll do that. For example, they have provided the user ID and password. You forgot the user ID. Whom you need to contact to
We
reset
need to
to,
request them.
to reset the password?
Uh,
Basis
S-
consultants,
yes, sir.
right? Basis consultants will fix that issues.
Okay, sir.
Now I logged into the system. I'll show you one more thing. Let me log in again. So observe these options. Observe these all these menu options. I'm logging off. Let me log in again. I'm changing the language here from English to DE. DE means German. Now observe these options. Are these in English?
No, sir.
No.
In German
Right? In
language.
Gen, these are all available in German.
German language.
Right? The data, whatever the options, everything will be automatically converted into that login language, because English is not only the language available in world, right? Different
Yes.
countries uses their native languages. For example, China, Japan, uh, Germany, Swiss. So all these countries use their native languages in their business transactions also. If you go to Saudi, all their business transactions will be in Saudi language, Arabic language, right?
Yes, sir.
So we cannot enforce them to use English because we designed a software in English, right?
Yes.
We should provide them an option to work on our software or our software product, even though they don't know English, right? That way,
Yes.
we can capture the market. We can
It
promote
is
our product in many countries.
very user friendly, sir.
Yes, it is also user friendly. You're right. Now, so what is the in R3 architecture? What is the layer or what is the server that contains the programs, application programs?
Application layer.
Application layer, right? And what
Yes,
is
sir.
the layer that stores the data?
Database layer.
Database layer. So what is the layer that I am using here?
Operational means like presentation.
It's a presentation layer. By using this presentation layer, I'm able to access the SAP applications.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is the presentation layer, and our programs will be in application layer, and their data will be in database layer. So when we execute something in the presentation layer, it will request the application layer program. So that program will execute and it will request the database layer for specific data. And
Yes.
application layer, once it got the data, it will present the data to presentation layer. That's what happens. Now we'll write some sample programs. So in which layer they are going to execute? If you write any programs,
Application.
application layer. Now we are going to deal with this application programs. First, we'll start from the basic, very simple programs. Okay. So how to open a application where we need to create the program.
In SAP GUI.
Now I'm
Main
in
view.
SAP GUI. What I need to do now to open that screen or application where I can create the program? I need to execute the transaction code, right, to open that application, which helps us
Yes.
to create the program.
Yes, sir.
So what is the transaction code? SE38 is the transaction code to create the program.
Okay, sir.
This is called ABAP
And
editor.
okay.
This is called ABAP editor or ABAP Workbench. So in this SC38 transaction code, we'll be creating the programs, application programs. This is the most frequently used transaction code by any ABAP developer. Okay. What is the transaction code?
SC38.
SC38, right? If you can see here, we have an option to enter the program name and click on create. It will create a new program. Enter the name and click on create. It will create a new program. And what are these options for? To display the existing program, to display the source code of the existing program, or to change
Change.
the source code of the existing program. These two options are that. Source code. First, for that we need to select the source code. I'll explain the remaining options later. Okay. So to create the program, what we need to do? We need to enter the program name.
Which is already created, right, sir?
Do we need to create the program or change the program? What is our
No,
requirement
create.
now?
Create.
We need to create the program, right? For that, we need to provide a new program name, new name. For
Okay.
example, first underscore
Program.
program. That should not be already created with the same name. There should not be other program with the same name. It won't accept. Program name should be unique. Okay?
Okay,
It
sir.
won't accept another program with the same name, right? Can I create now? This is my program name. If you try to create, what it is saying, system settings does not allow changes to be made to object program first program. Error. Why it is saying that?
Because it might be already existing.
Display it. It should display, right?
Yes, sir.
What it is saying? There is error. Program first program does not exist. It's saying that that program is not there. Still,
Yes.
it is not allowing me to create. Do you know why? What does a SAP product contains?
Predefined functions.
Predefined functionalities, predefined programs, right?
Yes, sir.
All those predefined programs will start with names like this. There is a rule in SAP that all custom applications should start with Z or Y. If you are creating any custom object in SAP ABAP or in SAP, what is the rule we have to follow? All the objects should start with Z or Y. If you are creating a program, if you are creating a new database table, whatever the custom object you are creating, that should start with the Z or Y. Okay. For example, Z first program. Now let's try to create. Hope It is not already available. Create it. Create. What it is saying? Okay. Someone has already created this program. Z first program already exists. Display it. So this is the program. Someone has created this program. You can change the program if you want. If you want to change the logic, we'll change the program name. Uh, Z demo. No. Okay. Can I use hyphen here? I'm using underscores, right? Can I use hyphen here for the program name? It won't allow. Okay. It won't allow hyphens or empty spaces in between the program, right? You should use a underscore if you want to separate the statements or if you want to separate the words, or you can also combine everything into one single name. Okay. If you want to separate the names, you should use underscore. Okay. Only underscore is allowed, or you can remove the underscore and make it as a single program, single name. You can also use like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hyphens or empty spaces not allowed. So create the program, provide the title. So this title will be displayed when you executed the program. Now I've provided the title of the program. Next, go to type. We need to define the type of the program. What is the type of the program? We have different types of programs. We are going to deal with all these types later. Now we need to select executable program. What do you mean by executable program? Executable program can work on its own. It is an independent program. It can accept the input and provide the output. It can execute independently. Executable program can execute independently. Okay. I'll provide you some notes. So what is the type of the program you have to take? Someone is speaking, but I can hardly hear. That's okay. T code or transaction code. SE38. Okay. What is the transaction code for ABAP editor? SE38. And or we can create the custom application programs or can access the standard programs. Can access the standard programs or access in the sense can display. We can create the new programs or can display the existing programs, standard programs. That's what ABAP editor or ABAP Workbench. Clear? So what is ex e- so what is the use of executable program?
Can execute independently.
Yes. So executable program can run independently, right? There is no dependency. It can run independently. It can execute independently. There is no dependency for this. This is one type of the program which we are going to select in ABAP Workbench when we are creating the custom applications. Now select the executable program and click on save. Click on save. What it is asking? It is asking for a package, right?
Which,
Package is nothing but when you are saving the file, when you are working in the laptop or in your system, when you are saving the file, what it will ask? The location, right? Where you want to save this file, in which drive? Is it in C drive, D drive, E drive, or in which folder you want to save this? So package is also a similar kind of option, right?
yes, sir.
Where in which package you want to save, in which folder location you want to save. Usually how we work with these packages in the project, right? All sales and distribution related custom applications, we are going to assign it to one package. All material management related applications, we are going to assign it to one package. All finance related applications, we are going to assign it to one package, right?
Yes, sir.
So if we assign a package, a proper package to the program, then only we can transfer
Reach.
or import this development changes to test system and test system to production system, right?
Yes, sir.
Where we work, in which environment, as ABAP developer, we are going to create the programs. Is it in development work environment or directly in production system?
Development.
First, we do that in the development system and we send that change to the test system. And if testing is completed successfully, then only we send that change to production system. We are not going to work directly on the production system. Okay. So that we'll have three different systems in your project. One is development system, second system is test system, and third system is a production system, the live system. Production system is the live system, right? No one will allow you to work on the production system, do the code changes in the production system directly. First, you need to do that in development system and transport or move it to the test system. And if it is working fine, then only we are going to move that to production system. Okay. If you don't assign proper package, you cannot move that to test system and then to production system. Okay. So for now, we'll save it in the local object, local package. This is called local package, temporary local package. Okay. In projects, we are not going to use this, right? For now, just save our program into this temporary local package. Whatever the programs or applications assigned to this local package, we cannot move that application program to test system or to production system. We cannot transport those type of programs. Those are only local to the current system. Okay. For now, select the local object. Local object nothing but local package. Going forward, we are going to use actual packages. What is the type of the program we have to select? Yeah, executable program can work independently. Yeah, this is the program what we have created. What can you see here? A default statement, a default syntax, that is report space program name.
Program.
This should be the first line of the any program. Report space that program name should be the first line of the any program. That is rule. That is the ABAP syntax rule. If you ask me why I should use this, there is no answer, because this is the syntax we should follow. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is the executable statement. And observe this. What is this? This is all commented. This is all inactive commented text. So what is the use of this? To provide some, like, to provide some details about the program. So what is this program? Why we are creating this program? Who created this program? Right? To provide some comments. These are not going to be executed. These comments, whatever you are going to provide, is not going to execute. These are not part of the actual program. These are just some comments to know about the code, to know about the program. Okay. Right.
Yes,
Whatever
sir.
the star, right? This star, if you add star in front of the statement, right, that will be commented. Let me add star to this statement, report statement, in the beginning. Now it is commented, it is inactive, it's not going to be executed. Okay. To uncomment this, remove that star. Also, there is one shortcut. Place cursor on the statement, use control left arrow. You can see left arrow, right, next to shift, or maybe to comment. Control left arrow to comment, control right arrow to uncomment. That is a shortcut. Okay. You can also use this double quotes, shift this one. You can also comment like this. Okay. Now we'll display some sample output. What is the statement we use to display the sample output? Here we have the statements. Write. Write is a statement to display the output. Okay. Write is the statement to display the output. That is the keyword. For example, write first program. Dot. Every statement in ABAP should end with a dot. Okay. Now this is just my requirement. I just need to display this output. What is the next step?
We
Save the
need to
program.
run.
Save the program. Whenever you do the changes, save it. Okay. You can also use Control S to save the program. What is the next step? We have implemented the program, right? We need to check the syntax. Is there any errors in the program? How can you compile the program? Check this symbol. Or what is the shortcut? Keyboard shortcut. Control plus F2. Check. No syntax errors found. Now check the program status. Is it active or inactive? It is inactive. To run the program, to execute the program, that program should be active.
Happy.
So this is the option to activate the program. Or what is the keyboard shortcut? Control F3. Activate the program. Select your program here. These are all inactive programs created by many other users. Since it is a training system, you can see many programs here, many inactive programs here, right? Usually in your project, it won't be like this. Select your program. This is your program and click on continue to activate the program. Your program is active now. How to run this program?
Oh, control
F8
F2.
is the keyboard shortcut to run the program, F8, or this one, direct process. You can click on this direct process or just press F8. You got the output. This is the output screen. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
So whenever you are passing this hard coded text, right? You need to enclose with single quotes. Okay. You can also add some color to it. Color, maybe color codes. We have 0 to 7. We have color codes. I'm using 5. Space color 5. Activate this again. I did some changes, right? I did a change to the program, right? I've added color. Now what we need to do? Again, we need to save the program, check the program, and activate the program. Whenever you do the changes, you need to save it, check it, and activate. Execute. So it displayed in some color. Color codes are between 0 to 7. 0 to 7. Is this statement is going to executed? Is the statement like, is this part of the code? This is just a commented text. Okay, this is not going to be executed since I have used a single the double quotes in front of that. Okay, now observe.
Double quotes or star, sir?
Star is not going to work here in between here.
Okay.
You need to add at the first here,
Okay, okay, sir.
then star will work. But if you want to comment only that specific part, right, use double quotes.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now let me change the syntax. Instead of write, I'm using WRTE something. Now check it. What it is saying? When I check the program, it is displayed a error message. Red color, please observe. Red color is the error message. Yellow color, warning. This is just information. So I got the red error message. This should be resolved. What it is saying? The statement
Right is not.
WRTE is not expected. A correct similar statement is
Right.
WRITE. It is proposing a new syntax also. The correct syntax also, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you double click on this, it will directly take you to that line where you got the error.
Error detection.
Now you can fix the error manually by yourself or keep it as it is. Here you have an option, correct errors. If you click on this, it will automatically correct that error. If you think the proposed syntax is correct. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Pretty printer uses to format the line, nothing to do with the coding or logic. It will just format the text in a correct way. It will align the code. Okay, it will align the code. That's it. Nothing to do with the functionality. Just for formatting. Now check, activate the program. Whenever you do the changes, you have to activate it. Now I'll implement one more write statement. This one we called as system variable. Whatever the values that starts with S5, right? What do we call them? System variables. So what is this system variable going to contain? System date. S5-datum is the system variable for current system date. What is the current system date? That date will be maintained here. Comma S5-UZEIT. So if you want to add multiple, right? You need to add one operator, that is called chain operator. Server is little slow today. Let it respond. Okay. So if you want to pass multiple variables like this, right? You need to add one chain operator here. That is like this. This one you have to add. If you want to pass, if you want to print multiple variables, okay? You have to use this operator. This we call as chain operator. Comma. Using comma, you can print multiple. Comma, s5 hyphen uname. What is this for? s5 hyphen uname. Can anyone guess? What is the use of this system variable? This will contain current system user who logged in into the system, right? The current system username. This will contain that whoever logged in, right? What is datum? S5 hyphen datum. This is hyphen, not underscore. Please observe. So this contains the current system date. S5 hyphen user dit. This contains current time, system time. Okay, clear? Like that, we have many variables, many system variables in SAP ABAP. Now check, activate. Now execute the program. So this is the current system date, time, and the current system user ID. Correct? If you want to use a current system date, what is the system variable we need to use? System datum. So this contains current system time. This contains current system user ID. So now if you observe here, both are printing in the same line, right? So if you want to print this in a separate line, use a slash. Use slash here. So that the next print output will print in the next line, separate line. Okay. It is slow today. Um, You can also apply colors to this. Don't think that ABAP is this much simple. Just writing some write statements. Since it is the first class, we are going through the basics. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Don't think that why companies are paying lakhs of rupees salaries for writing these write statements. Okay, once it is activated, you can see the difference. Yeah, it is activated now. Now execute. Now it's printed in the next line. Okay. If you want to print it in the next line, or else you can combine everything into single line like this, comma. Color code, it is for individual variables. I'm removing this first right statement. You can also apply colors for individual. I'll use 2, color 4. You can also apply for individual variables. Activate it. Okay. Since we are using one single write statement and everything will be printed here. Okay. Clear? If I use slash, this will print in the next line. Even if you use single write statement. If you use slash here, again it will print in the next line. Clear? Yeah, that's about for today. The assignment for today is create any program. Okay, create program and display some output, whatever the data you want to display. Okay. Okay, yeah, got it. I'll think about the alternative for today. Any questions on the program? Okay, catch you in the next session.